What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So once again, first things first, I have to say thank you to everyone that has viewed my previous videos. The love and support that I'm receiving from you guys is really, really amazing, and I can't thank you enough for it. So in my previous video, I shared with you guys the diagnosis that I received in 2016. That diagnosis was HIV. Something else that I also developed along with the HIV was a condition by the name of cryptococcal meningitis. That is a condition that affects the brain and it also affects the spinal cord. And due to the cryptococcal meningitis, it permanently damaged some of the nerves in my eyes. So I'm close to being legally blind. Now, I can still see fairly well in general. It's just that when it comes to seeing things in small print, it's really, really hard for me to see those things. And so, as long as I can enlarge the print or use a magnifying glass, then I'm good to go with that. Now, 2017 is honestly a big blur to me. I really don't remember too much of 2017 at all. I don't remember my birthday. I don't remember Christmas. I really don't remember too much of anything from 2017. But I do know that I was in the hospital, in and out of the hospital very, very frequently. Again, I was in massive recovery. Um, so one thing that I do remember, as far as being in the hospital is concerned, is that my parents were as there as much as they possibly could. They were both still working at the time, but my dad worked about maybe 5 minutes from the hospital. He worked at the post office downtown in downtown Columbia, so he would be there, as often as he could. I remember him spending a lot of late nights there, just supporting me and being there for me, and I cannot thank them enough for that. My sister and brother-in-law, they would come on the weekends from time to time, just to make sure that I was doing well. And so the support that I received from my family was simply amazing. And I can't thank them enough for that. Um, I really don't even remember too much from that year. Again, it's really hard for me to remember 2017. Now, in 2018 is when my memory begins to come back to me. Now, in 2018, I was still in and out of the hospital pretty frequently. I think the last time that I was in the hospital in 2018 was around October or November. Um, I was seeing my doctor, my immunology doctor, maybe about 3 times a month, and then as time went on, I would start to see her less and less. My doctor's name was Dr. Burdell. And so, because I'd spent so much time in a hospital bed, I lost a lot of the strength in my legs and in my arms because I was not using them. And so, for quite a while, I had to walk with a walker whenever I was outside of my hospital room, or whatever I would be sent home before I'd have to go back to the hospital. Something else that I had to go through, I had about maybe 5 or 6 spinal taps, numerous MRIs, and numerous CAT scans. I also had a feeding tube at one point because I was not gaining weight as quickly as my doctors wanted me to. They had to put a feeding tube inside of my stomach, so that I would get the nourishment and everything that I needed. Because many times when I would eat, I would actually throw my meals up. And so, because of that, I was not gaining weight as much as I should have. So, 3 times a day, whenever I was home, my parents would have to put a liquid through the feeding tube so that I would get, once again, all the nourishment that I needed for my body. So, once again, 2017 and 2018 were my years of recovery. Um, that the diagnosis was really a devastating thing that happened to me. As I stated before, I was this close to being 6 feet under. And had it not been for my mother's prayers for me, my father's prayers for me, for God being on my side, I would not be here speaking my testimony to you right now. God is so good, and I'm more than positive He wanted me here so that I can tell my testimony, so that I can share with you guys His love, and His healing power. So, in my next video, I'm going to wrap this series up. So until next time, you guys take care.